Hi, this is Keeper. Welcome back to On Air, Thursday, December 8, 2011. Today we have in the house special guest, CEO and founder of MarketWave, Len Clements. He's here to talk about his new project, MLM Bureau. It's an online listing house for professional MLM experts, attorneys, consultants, trainers, vendors, speakers, and job seekers. It's a place where they can list who they are and what they're all about. But here's the great thing about it. Len vets every single person who decides to list in his listing house. That way you aren't taken to the cleaners. Hold on as we bring to you Len Clements. Okay, everyone, welcome back to On Air. Today we have a very, very special guest, a gentleman who I am coming to know and have a pleasure speaking with him as often as I can. Mr. Len Clements, the owner and, founder, CEO of MarketWave. And we're going to have him talk a bit about that, give you his take on what that whole process is all about. But Len is one of the foremost consultants in all of direct selling, extremely knowledgeable from compensation plans to business models, you name it, he knows all about it. And he's one of only 6 or 7 experts that the government calls on when they need an expert witness to talk about direct selling. So Len, happy to have you back.
Yeah, thank you, Keeper. I appreciate it.
If you could, because we're going to talk about the supplement conversation that we had, about 6 weeks ago. But if you would share with everyone more about who you are, what your background is. I know that you've been in direct selling over 20 years, and there's just so much to you. And just give us the overview of what MarketWave is all about.
Well, I started about 21 years ago, just doing some due diligence for my own kind of edification. Kind of got burned in the first company I got involved in, so I wanted to kind of educate myself about the industry and really get to know what I was getting into here, and found out there was a market for that information. So sort of to do like a little consumer report type of newsletter where I reviewed and analyzed companies that eventually turned into a book that got published by Prima. I was right behind the Wave 3 books when they got published. And did a radio show on KC.
Well, hold on a second. What's the book? You know, I certainly remember the Wave series of books. You know, I own a number of them, but the book that you published is what?
It's called Inside Network Marketing, and same as the name of the radio show. That's now an ebook, by the way. Until I can update it, I'm not going to do a 4th edition, so you can just get the ebook. It's published in 06. Still a lot of valid information. So I started to become a consultant, and just so my peers don't yell at me, I should probably clarify. There's only about, I think, 7 or maybe 8 now practicing court-certified expert witnesses. Not necessarily the government calls on, but anybody can be a self-proclaimed expert. But one where in a jury trial, where the opposing counsel says this guy's not an expert, which happens a lot in MLM cases because you can't get a degree in this. It's hard to prove you're an expert. And a judge has to declare you an expert, and you're worthy to testify as such. I'm one of a very, very few number of people in the United States that's actually been, for lack of a better term, court-certified as an expert. Right. So, that's pretty much what I do. I help consult with startup companies, designing their comp plan, doing what I call an ethical analysis. I'm not an attorney, so I can't call it a legal analysis, but pretty much the same information. And, just things like that. I've had a lot of success in the field as well. I was with a company called Longevity Network and was their #1 distributor for about 7 of the 9 years I was with them. And went corporate a couple of times after that, but I'll just say I'm 0 for 2 in my corporate ventures, but I'm 2-0. I'm 2-0 in court against my ex-partners. So that just tells you how my corporate ventures went.
Oh well, it sounds like you're kind of batting 500 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
As it relates to MarketWave, what exactly is it?
Well, I just call it a consumer advocacy organization. It's a consulting firm essentially, but. Watchdog, that's kind of been tied up already. One particular person kind of grabbed that. Although it's a generic term. I can't call myself the Ralph Nader of network marketing because Nader's people actually sent me a letter many years ago telling me to stop calling myself that. I never called myself that, by the way. Other people did. But no, it's a consumer advocacy organization and consulting organization, essentially.
Okay, okay. I know that you're involved in some other things. Looks like you may be involved in some college career courses on direct selling. Is that something that you can talk about a bit, you know?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Bethany College out of Kansas. They are going to be the first college in history, a 4-year accredited college that's actually going to add a not certificate course. Certificate course means who's ever teaching it has access to a laser printer. That's all that means.
Right.
An actual accredited college credit class in network marketing, and they're also going to have a 4-year marketing degree with an emphasis on multi-level marketing. But there's going to be an online accredited class. We actually get real college credits, just specifically devoted to network marketing. I'm helping them right now develop the curriculum on that.
Outstanding. So when do you think that's all going to shake out? When will people be able to start signing up for it?
Tentatively right now, probably in January, we're looking at having the online arm of that. Probably in the fall semester, they'll start their marketing degree course.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's in the works, getting close.
And you said that's going to be a 4-year study course?
Yeah, there isn't 4 years of stuff to teach about network marketing. So it'll be a marketing course, but what they call an emphasis on network marketing. So there'll be a lot of that in there. But the online course, which is actually going to be 6 hours of study and 6 hours of what they call field study, but 12 hours total, that's exclusively just network marketing.
Okay, and these will be credits that can be transferred to just about any other college?
Yeah, if they'll take them, absolutely. I mean, these will be real college credits from an accredited 4-year institution.
And you said this is the first time that a real college course has ever been offered, because I remember Dr. Charles King getting involved with the University, I believe, of Chicago at Illinois, and that there was some rumor that they had a college course going on.
Right, and I don't want to discredit anything that Dr. King did there, but understand that was what was called part of their adult continuing education curriculum. Like UNLV here in Las Vegas, when I first moved here, I taught an MLM course in a class at night. You know, empty classrooms on nights and weekends. They want to fill it up with people. So, in the magazine, the catalog where my class was listed, it was listed on the same page as ufology and tarot card reading. That doesn't mean UNLV is teaching ufology and tarot card reading.
Right.
You know, they had an empty classroom at night, and they rented out to people that want to teach stuff. So it was never part of the formal curriculum at the University of Chicago. It was never an accredited course. It was what they call it a certificate course, meaning they print out a little certificate on a laser printer.
Right.
I think the most recent ones a few years ago that they did weren't even on the campus. So it's I know that UTEP in Texas almost did it at one time, but didn't. There is a junior college in Utah that does teach network marketing, but how to be an employee for an MLM company, how to distributor.
Okay.
There's so many companies there. So no one's ever actually taught this as part of their accredited curriculum.
Outstanding. Okay, well, we're going to get ready to take a break here, but when we come back for our next segment, we're going to talk about Len's latest great project, the MLM Bureau. We'll be right back.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Ango. We've done it.
All right, welcome back to On Air. Today we have, as I said, special guest Len Clements has come by. He's in the house once again. Len, how are you?
Great, thanks.
Outstanding. Next time we have him on, he has promised he will get the video up and running. Right now we're just seeing his still image, but we all want to see that baby face of his. And
People are going to think they accidentally took on one of those Geico Caveman commercials, probably.
All right, we've got a few minutes here. We want to talk about your latest project, the MLM Bureau. Now, you told me all about it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But I want you to really tell the people that are watching what it's all about, when it's going to be out there, and how it's going, how people can participate.
Sure. Well, the MLM Bureau actually started when I went out to find just an online bureau where I could list my services as either a consultant or as an expert witness is really what I went looking for. And because there are bureaus out there where you do that. You pay a few $100 a year or whatever. You can list your resume and that kind of thing. What I found is that in the few bureaus online that do this, they didn't even have a category for network marketing. It's so there's no place for me to list. Mm-hmm. And they may have marketing, but that's a completely different thing. So it's I thought, you know what? Why don't I just create one? So we created MLMbureau.com, where it's in 4 different categories. We have people who are speakers, people who are consultants. There's also a legal section for expert witnesses as well as attorneys that can list there. We have a few attorneys that have listed. There's also a corporate section where vendors can list, but primarily ideally what I want to use that for is people that are looking for jobs, that want to post their resumes. Because I know MLM Corporate is really struggling to find good, talented people to work in corporate. Because anyone who really knows this industry and is really good at it and very knowledgeable of it, they're out in the field doing it. It kind of defeats the purpose of getting involved in network marketing to take a corporate job. Right. So MLM Corporate kind of gets the leftovers. So there are exceptions out there. There's some good corporate people, but for the most part, they're kind of struggling to find a lot of talent. So it gives people the ability to get the word out, like, hey, I'm looking for a corporate job. So there's 4 sections there. And when someone lists, which is very inexpensive, if you want to list, if you're a speaker, an expert, or whatever, a consultant, it's $29 a month for the first category. If you want to list in more than one category, it's another 10. Big discounts for paying for the whole year. I want to make it very inexpensive.
When you say category, what type of categories are you talking about?
Well, again, expert witness or legal, that's one category. Consultants, that's another. Speakers is another. And then vendors or corporate type categories.
Will it expand at some point, or will it just always remain those 4?
Interesting you said that. There is going to be a addendum to it, but I kind of have to keep it close to the vest right now. Otherwise, someone will steal it before I get it done. But yeah, there's going to be a major upgrade and enhancement to the site here, probably early next year. But right now, it's just those 4 categories. And there are a lot of people who are, for example, I'm an expert witness, but I'm also a consultant and a speaker. So, I would list in 3 categories. Mm-hmm. Some people have listed in 2 categories. I made it so inexpensive that I noticed some people are just automatically choosing all 4 categories, whether they apply or not, and I've kind of had to rein that in a little bit, but and turn back some money, essentially. But, so there's I wanted to make it priced such that if you gained 1 client a year out of this deal, it's paid for itself easily. Mm-hmm. So I hope that they'll get a lot more than that. And the web traffic to the site has gone way up since a PR campaign has started really just in the last 30 days. They got a lot of press releases published in the major MLM trades and things like that.
How is it being received so far?
So far, it's great. I mean, I've got some good, talented people that have listed in there. Everyone's responses, even people that didn't list, they said, this is a great concept. We really, really need this. Like one-stop shopping, where we can go, if you want to, whoever the decision maker is out there, if you need to hire an expert witness for a case, if you need to hire a keynote speaker for your event or whatever, now you've got a way to vet them. You can go there, look at these people, look at their resumes, look at their introductory videos or audios. There's even a way for the public to rate these people and give testimonials and things like that. We haven't got a lot of activity on that yet, because, again, this is just recently launched.
Well, I think it's really interesting that you use the word vet when you say there's a way to vet them, which is really, really a good thing. Because I know of a couple of others. If I remember, Mary Christensen has one for female speakers, but I think yours goes into so much greater detail, or offers the opportunity for someone to have greater detail about them. And vetting is really a good thing, certainly, because there are so many consultants and trainers out there. It's just crazy. They're just coming out of the woodwork. It's almost like we have more of those than we have distributors. So I think that's a really outstanding piece to this entire MLM Bureau that you have.
Right. That's something that's, I remember many years ago, there was a guy who had a doctorate degree. And he was always ranting about people that got doctorate degrees from diploma mills, and how much he resented that. And like, I really worked hard to get my doctorate degree, and these people didn't, and whatever. And I always kind of thought, like, I don't get it. I mean, you earned it. You know you did. I mean, I never understood the guy's passion for his resentment for that. Now I do get it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I work really hard to get to the status of, a court-certified expert. I mean, to get to the point where you have that much expertise. And you're right, there were so many self-proclaimed experts. It's interesting, though, how if I say something nice about a company, I'm a court-certified expert, so it enhances my compliment of that company or that product or whatever. As soon as I say something negative about them, suddenly I revert to a self-proclaimed expert.
So this is from the company's point of view.
Yeah, exactly. Or
yes.
The don't like what I said about them or whatever. But
Yeah. I've recently gone through that with an association or two of late.
Yeah.
So if you are speaking glowingly of them, you're just the greatest thing since sliced bread. But if you have to come back and say something that might not be so positive, all of a sudden you're trash. So
yeah, you don't matter, you're irrelevant, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But no, this is an opportunity for those people who really do have an expertise or really do have a good, successful speaking career or whatever, really have something to say.
Well, let me ask you,
for them to present themselves.
Like I said, there are so many consultants and trainers. Once a week on OnAIR, I do a thing. I go through and I find all these crazy, wacky people that are calling themselves experts in direct selling on any number of topics. And they're using the internet to position themselves as such. And some of these things are just absolutely ludicrous. They're crazy. From the vetting process that you're talking about, which I think is absolutely key to this whole thing, who fact checks any of this?
Well, first of all, I do.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't rubber stamp anything.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's one person, I'm not going to mention them, but they've already tried to list in a category where I absolutely know they don't apply. And I gave them their money back. And I said, no, you don't get to list there.
Okay.
So, and by the way, when you list, it doesn't post automatically. I screen them. So I get to, imagine who might list in there if it just posted on. I can see a lot of anti-MLM zealots out there that would pay the $29 just to put up some anti-MLM propaganda on their site or something like that. So, I screen everything, before it gets posted, and I check for the typos and all that kind of stuff for you. But the biggest part of it, though, is something that I really need your audience's participation on, is to go there. It's free to sign up just to post comments and to post ratings. So if you have any experience with any of the speakers or even the consultants or whatever that are listed there, please comment on them and give them a rating if you've been to one of their events or something like that, because that's, I think, the most important part of this.
Does someone need to sign up, or can they, do they need to join in order to be able to comment on any of the speakers?
Yes, because I do want that to, you can't post anonymously. Now, publicly you can, but at least behind the scenes, I need to know who you are and things like that. There are legal reasons for that, too. But, it's perfectly free. It's just your name, your email address, and then you just go in there. You can rate them. Now, if you want to upgrade that free membership to actually list, then you can pay the fee, and it's all listed, and you can actually post all of your stuff. But the first step is perfectly free. It takes like 30 seconds to sign up, and then you can go comment on as many people as you want that you've had experience with that are listing.
Very, very good. Well, then, we got to get ready to wrap this up. Thanks so much for coming on and talking about this. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think it's going to get a lot of traction as the months and years start to pass, because it's really something that we need. And I think the best part of it is the vetting process, fact-checking, because that really lets people know there's some credibility here, there's some integrity here, and that you're really out to serve direct selling in the best possible way.
No, thank you. I appreciate helping me get the word out.
We'll have you back real soon. Thanks again, Len.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
A record-setting company, a category creator. Our success is deep-rooted in tremendous struggle, enormous sacrifice, and not allowing the odds to get us down. On the verge of death, success was our choice. Failure was never an option. The unity, the leadership, our dreams. This is Zango. We've done it.
MLM Bureau, I think it's a great idea. It would be really fantastic to have a place where corporate can go and really look at who is who and what they're doing. Like I said, the great part about it, I said this in the opening, is that Len vets every single person. That way you know for sure that this person is in the proper category. You don't have them extending or making overzealous descriptions of who they are. It's really, really great. I think it's going to be something that gets a lot of traction. I really do. Tomorrow, we bring to you another superstar in direct selling, Deb Bixler, founder of Create a Cash Flow Show. She's going to talk about what she does, how she does it, but more importantly, she's going to show you the funnel system for getting leads and keeping leads and driving them through your business. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, Deb Bixler.